come to sitting in a comfortable position on the floor, on your mat. And if you like, close your eyes. And take a moment to bring your attention to your breath into your body. Notice your breath, the way you breathe right now. Feel if your breath is long and deep or more shallow. Feel which areas in the body are moving when you breathe in and out. And then allow your breath to slow down. Breathe longer and deeper. When you breathe in now, think of making space in your upper body, in your chest and between the ribs. And when breathing out, empty the lungs completely. And repeat this a couple of times. Breathing in, think of space. And breathing out, release and let go. Continue to deepen the breath bit by bit so that you can also feel the breath in your belly and maybe even in the back. But it should be all natural, not with force, but a gentle flow in your breath. Then bring the attention further down. Feel your hips, your hip joints. And again, think of making space in the hip joints when breathing in. And breathing out, release and relax your legs. Allow the knees to sink closer to the floor. Soften your thighs, soften your calves, and relax your feet. And repeat this a couple of times. In, think space in the hips, and out, relax your legs. Breathe in, and with your out breath, feel your sit bones. Feel your body weight resting on the sit bones, and feel the ground underneath as well. And then breathe in, and with your out breath, allow your body to sink deeper into the ground. Sit bones first, let the body sink into the earth. Repeat a few times, breathe in, and breathing out. Let the body sink down into the ground. Now, take a deep breath. Breathing out, give your sit bones a conscious push down into the floor, set them down into the earth, and with that you might notice a lengthening sensation in the lower back. Breathing in, continue the lengthening. Bring the attention up along the spine, bit by bit. Feel the space between the vertebrae and across the back. And breathing out, let go of any tension you might feel in the back. Repeat a few times. Breathing in, lengthen, create space in your back. And breathing out, release and relax. And feel the upper back, the spot between the shoulder blades. Breathing in, let the shoulder blades drift apart, creating space between the shoulder blades, and breathing out, relax your shoulders, arms and hands. And repeat, breathe in, space between the shoulder blades. And breathing out, relax. Finally, let the attention move up along the back of the neck towards the crown of the head, right on top of your skull. Send your crown towards the sky. Breathing out, feel the sit bones down on the floor. Breathing in, lengthen through the crown towards the sky. Breathing out, feel the sit bones on the ground. And again, big breath in when you lengthen through the crown. Breathe out. And with the next inhalation, lengthen through the crown. Take your arms up and above the head. Breathing out, relax your arms. Drop the hands back to the knees or thighs. I'll repeat a couple of times. Breathe in, arms up. Breathing out, relax your arms. And one more time, take the arms up. And now put your hands together for prayer pose. Let the hands come down to chest level. And here in front of your chest, begin to wrap your palms. And bring the warm hands back into prayer pose at the chest. Stay here for a moment and feel the thumbs touching the breastbone. Also notice the heartbeat behind your breastbone. And let's chant our starting mantras. Feel free to join me whenever you like, otherwise just listen. Take a deep breath. Breathing out into the lungs. And then breathe in to begin. Om Namo Jugat Kure Name, Sat Kure Name, Sri Guru Devi Name, At Kure Name, Jugat Kure Name, Sat Kure Name, Sri Guru Devi Name, At Kure Name, Jugat Kure Name, Sat Kure Name, Sri Guru Devi Name. Deep breath. Hold the breath, bring the palms firmly together, send the sit bones down into the floor, lengthen through the crown. And then breathing out, relax, let your hands drop into your lap or onto your knees or thighs. Stay for a moment, let the breath come and go. you may stay in the very same seated position for our breathing exercise, pranayama. Of course, you can change into a more comfortable seat if you wish. Just look that you sit with a straight spine and can breathe freely. What we're going to do today, we are doing the 4-4 breath. So we're dividing the inhalation into 4 equal parts, breathing in through the nose in 4 sniffs, sharp sniffs. And when we're breathing out, we'll divide the exhalation into 4 equal parts as well. Again, through the nose. So strong in sniffs and the same forceful breathing when we're breathing out. Sounds like this. So you initiate the breathing with the diaphragm. So powerful movement of the diaphragm, which you can feel a bit in the upper belly. Adjust the pace to your liking. I would recommend approximately 1 sniff per second, roughly. Good. Then let's try this. Let your hands rest on your knees or thighs. Thumb and index fingers are touching for Diya Mudra. Then you may close your eyes or soften the gaze and try to concentrate on the third eye point between the eyebrows. Take a few normal breaths. And then breathe in with your out breath. Empty the lungs completely. And then begin. 4 sniffs in, 4 pass out. Last round. Then breathe in through both nostrils. Hold the breath, lengthen from the sit bones to the crown. And breathing out, relax. Soften your hands, let the breath come and go naturally. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes again. So this type of segmented breathing is a very common one. And it's particularly good for the glandular system, and this is what we're going to work on today. So the title of today's class is Kundalini Yoga for Emotional Balance, but that is heavily linked to our glandular system. So whenever we are angry or frustrated or happy, there are secretions from different glands in our body that actually facilitate this sensation. So we can make use of this, so we can do specific exercises, breathing techniques, or massaging reflex points, for example, that can help to restore the balance in our glandular system, because sometimes we get stuck in one particular emotion or a state of mind, and it can be the result of different things. But when we stay for too long in that particular emotion, it may be hard to get out of it, because we permanently give our body the signal that it continues. And so working on creating some balance to kind of reset our body in that regard, that's important. And that helps us also to deal with emotions better. So yes, we may feel angry at some point, but we're also able to return more easily to our neutral state. And that's what we're going to do. Our set, which we're going to do shortly, works in different ways. So one method of triggering the glands is bringing pressure to the areas where our glands are sitting. For example, that's pretty easy for the adrenal glands, which are in our back. So all things where we move backwards and forwards again, where we bring kind of pressure to the lower back and then release the pressure, that can be very helpful for increasing blood circulation in these areas and kind of massaging those glands. The same is for the thyroid, which we're going to do pretty much at the beginning. It's pretty easy to massage, and that's helpful for the functionality of these glands. Another option is working on meridians that are related to the glandular system. From Chinese medicine, we know the triple warmer meridian, which runs from the middle finger up along the outside of the arm to the shoulder, along the side of the neck and around the ear, and towards the eyebrow. That's on both sides. And whenever we kind of stretch the arm or massage the arm or massage our eyebrows and around the ears, we can stimulate this meridian, which relates to the glandular system. And kinesiology, again, we talked about that earlier, uses muscles which are also related to either meridians or organ systems. And in this case, it is the muscles in the calf and on the inside of the thigh, as well as in the back of the shoulder. So there is different things we're going to do tonight on all these different areas. And yes, let's do this tonight. Feel free to sit down on a blanket or a cushion or another comfortable way. And then drop the chin down towards your chest and really go pretty close to this little groove here at the top of the breastbone. And then keeping the chin very close to the chest, turn your head towards the left shoulder and breathing in, go as far as you comfortably can, and breathing out, back down and to the other side. Breathe in to the left, breathe out to the right. And we keep doing this for a bit, so find your own rhythm. Keep the chin very low. You might even feel your chin kind of scratching across the skin of your chest. In to the left, breathe out to the right. Now with the next inhalation, come back to the center. Breathe out. And then breathing in, straighten the neck, back to neutral. And breathe out and relax. For a moment, stay. Feel your body, feel your breath. And then you may, if you're sitting with the legs crossed, you may switch your legs for the next time because we stay in the very same position. So feel free to switch legs. And now we're going to do some breath of fire. So if you're new, breath of fire can be a bit tricky. Think panting dog, but do the whole thing through the nose. So the tongue stays inside the mouth is shut, and you only breathe through the nose. But you want to feel it in the upper belly. So again, it's the diaphragm moving fast, and you want to feel it in your upper belly. Start a bit more slowly if you're new to this, and build up gradually. Whenever you feel getting dizzy or a bit unwell, then slow down and switch to long deep breathing instead. There's always an option to do it with long deep breathing if you don't want to or can't do the breath of fire. Good. Hand position for that. You want to bring the hands out to the sides, the arms nice and long, and bring thumb and index finger together for the mudra. The other fingers are straight and together. And you drop the head backwards. So you tilt the head backwards. Find a position that you can deal with. Sometimes it can be very hard to stay with the head dropped backwards. Find a spot that works for you. Eyes are closed. And then take a deep breath. Breathe out into the lungs. And then breathe in to start with the breath of fire. Keep going, just look that you don't hunch your shoulders. Think of sending the elbows wider apart and keep some length in the back of the neck all the time. Then breathe in. Hold the breath, stay in the pose as good as you can. Lengthen your arms, lengthen the back of the neck, lift. And breathing out, relax. Drop the hands back onto your knees. Bring the chin more down towards your chest. And let the breath come and go. Now breathe in and breathing out. We're going to change our position. Come onto all fours again. And then just do the cat and cow a few more times, which we've done in the beginning. Breathing in, send your breastbone forward, breathing out, round your back. Tuck the tail under, send your arms down, repeat a couple of times. And then come to neutral. Let the hands walk more to the front, let the knees walk backwards, and come down on your tummy. And now, be a bit gentle on yourself. So if you're not used to this pose, be careful with your lower back. What we're going to do is bow pose, which means that you lie down flat on your front. Start with the chin on the floor and then bend your knees and catch your ankles. Left hand to the left ankle, right hand to the right ankle, and then pull the toes up a little. And this alone can be a bit hard. If you happen to have a strap or two straps, you can use that. When you're having a longer strap, you can make one loop around this foot and one loop around the other foot, and then hold the straps instead of the ankle. Take this away. And then, if you can go a little further, lift your chest and maybe even push the feet away from the bottom so that you pull yourself up higher. Ideally, it's only the belly and part of your hips on the floor. And in this position, we do long, deep breathing. So when you breathe deep enough into the belly and breathe out, you get into kind of a seesaw motion. That helps massaging your belly. So that's not only good for the stomach and the pancreas. We are also going to concentrate on the third eye point, so the spot between the eyebrows, which stimulates the pituitary gland behind the forehead. So do what's possible. If you need to give it a break here and there, that's okay, just do what you can. Make sure that your lower back does not hurt. Keep length in the back. And then take a deep breath. Hold the breath. And breathing out. Relax. Carefully bring the feet back to the floor. Put your hands under the forehead and stay on your front for a few deep breaths. Now lift your head off your hands. Bring the hands to the sides of the body on the floor and push yourself carefully into child's pose. Bring the bottom towards your feet. Move slowly. Allow your body to adjust. A few deep breaths here in the child's pose. And with the next inhalation, press come up to sitting. And from here, we come up onto the knees, into the knee stand. So if you notice that the floor is a bit too hard under the knees, put a blanket across your mat so that you have a bit more padding under the knees. Now, in the previous pose, we've already worked on the lower back. Remember that we squish the lower back a bit where the adrenals are located, and that's what we're going to do again in the following one. And we're also working on the thigh muscles. We're doing camel pose. The easiest version of doing camel pose is when you place your hands on the hip bones here in your side. The heel of the hand goes behind that hip bone, and then you kind of push forward a bit and wrap your fingers around your hips. And then you want to send your knees into the floor, lift your breastbone, and then arch backwards, but keeping some length in the lower back so that you don't compress your the vertebrae in your spine too much. And stay here. If you are more used to the pose, you can place your hands on your bottom, fingers pointing down, and kind of pushing the hands down a little to create more length in the back, and then arch backwards. And if you want to do the full thing, you may keep the feet flat or tuck the toes under and bring the hands onto the heels, sending the knees down and lifting the chest. And here we are doing breath of fire. So that may make you feel a bit dizzy. So be gentle on yourself. Switch to longer breathing if you can't longer do the breath of fire. So let's do it. Take a deep breath to begin and start. Then breathe in, hold the breath, perfect the pose as good as you can. And breathing out, come up and out of the pose. Carefully bring the bottom back down to your feet and fold forward into child's pose. You may bring the arms along the sides of your legs or put the hands on the floor. Breathe long and deep into the lower back. You may wiggle around a bit, moving the bottom from side to side to release tension. And then breathing in, come up to sitting on the feet. And from here, stretch your legs out to the front. Now keep the right leg long, and if you can, showing this one here, if you can, bring your left foot into the groin of your right leg, so that the foot is resting up here in the fold of your groin, and lower the knee as good as you can. Keep the right leg long and stay. If that's not possible because it's too painful in the knee, you can place the foot against the inside of the right leg. And you may also put the bolster or some cushion under the knee so that you can fully relax this inner thigh, and also keep the other leg long but relaxed at the same time. And then take a deep breath, take your arms up, breathing out, lower your arms to about shoulder height, breathing in, reach forward, and breathing out, see if you can catch your big toe. And with both hands, squeeze the big toe, which again affects the pituitary gland and the pineal gland. And then fold over your leg. If you can't reach the foot, it's okay. Just hold your ankle, hold your shin, whatever you can reach. And breathe long and deep. With the next inhalation, come back up, reach up through the fingertips. And breathing out, relax your hands. And then change sides. Repeat the same thing on the other side. So left leg long. Bend the right leg, place the foot in the groin if you can. Otherwise, against the inner thigh or knee of the left leg. And then take your arms up again, breathe in, breathing out, arms out in shoulder height, breathing in, send your arms forward and breathing out. Grab the big toe, squeeze the big toe or hand on the ankle or shin. And again, long deep breathing. Breathing in, you want to lengthen the back more, breathing out. Maybe you can get down a bit closer to the legs. But again, just do what's possible. Don't force yourself in any of the poses. Then take a deep breath. Breathing out, let go of your foot. Breathing in, come up straight, arms up. And breathing out, put the hands down onto the floor. Tend both legs. Shake your legs a bit if you need. Move your feet. And from here, come down to lying on the floor. Point your toes as good as you can. Keep the arms down on the floor. You can decide whether you want to do it with the palms down or with the palms up. See what works better for you. What we're going to do on the inhalation, tend your body, press your arms and heels into the floor, still pointing the toes, and lift your legs or the bottom and the back off the ground. The head stays on the floor, the shoulders stay on the floor, the arms stay on the floor, and on the out breath, come back down. So breathe in, lift, and breathe out, relax. And repeat this at your own pace. Then go up one more time, breathe in, hold just a little bit longer. And breathing out, relax down and rest on your back for a few breaths. With the next inhalation, take the arms long behind the head. Feel the full length of your body. You may wiggle around a little bit, rock your hips. And then lengthen, breathing out. Bring both knees towards your chest, hands on the knees. Lift your head towards the knees. And begin to rock and roll along the spine, back and forth a few times. And from here, up to sitting. And then we go into a pose that works in particular on this meridian I've mentioned, from the middle finger along the outside of the arm to the shoulder and to the neck and the ear and the eyebrow. We're going to do what I call tabletop position. I know there are different names for the same thing. So put your hands down behind you, feet on the floor, knees up. And then on the inhalation, you want to lift your hips as high as you can. And on the exhalation, lower the bottom, but try not to touch the floor. If it happens, it's okay. Just do what's possible. So on the inhalation, go up, drop the head backwards, and breathing out. Bring the bottom almost down to the floor. You're going to find your own pace. Look that the thighs are pretty much parallel. And especially when going up, really send your arms into the floor. With the next inhalation, lift the hips as good as you can. Stay for a moment. And then breathing out, come down. Stretch the legs out or hug your legs. There's also an option, hug your legs for a moment. Stay here, breathe long and deep. And from here, you go up to standing. Take the legs around and come up into a standing position. At the start, shake your legs, loosen your legs, loosen your hips, wiggle around a bit. Good. And then place your feet thoroughly on the ground. The toes are a little spread, the feet are parallel, about hip width apart. Hip width means that from here, from the hip joint, straight down the thigh to the ankles is a straight line. And then, with your inhalation, you want to go up onto the balls of the feet, lifting the heels. So you go up on the in-breath as high as you can and down on your out-breath. Keep the upper body nice and long, arms and shoulders relaxed, and work from your feet and the calves. And remember that's one of the test muscle groups that are related to the glandular system in kinesiology. And that's what we're going to stimulate with this one. So, up on the inhalation, down on the exhalation. Find your own rhythm. If you find it hard doing that freestanding, feel free to hold your hands against the wall or hold the backrest of the chair. Just maintain a good upright position when you go up onto the toes, so no leaning forward. Keep going, not much longer. With the next inhalation, come up onto the toes as high as you can. Hold your breath. Lengthen through the crown. And breathing out, come back down onto your heels, onto your feet. If you need, shake your legs and feet for a moment. And then we go up onto the toes again, but do some kind of marching on the toes. Keep your hands relaxed by your sides, or if you need a bit more to hold on to, you can place your hands onto the lower back, palms out, and go onto the toes. And now staying on the toes, bring one knee up towards the chest, and down. So on the in-breath, knee up. On the out-breath, knee down. Then on the other side, in, up, whoops, out, down. It's not very easy because we want to stay all the time on the toes if possible. So again, you might wish to put one hand against the wall for a bit more stability or hold on to a chair or something. And then do what you can. If you need to get down onto the heel, that's okay. Just do what's possible. Maybe not all the way up, just halfway. Just work a bit on what you can do. Okay, let's go. Powerful movements, and you may speed up over time. Breathe in and out. In and out. Yeah, I struggle with myself. So just do what you can. Last second. And both feet stay on the floor, but the heels up. Breathe in. Hold the breath. Breathing out, lower down. Take a few deep breaths. And then you may shake your legs out, loosen your legs, loosen your feet. And come down onto the back for relaxation pose. Lie down. You may keep the knees up and the feet on the floor, or you can extend both legs. Make yourself as comfortable as you can on the back. And then take a deep breath. And with your out breath, relax as much as you can. Let your body sink down onto the floor. Soften all the muscles. And completely relax into the ground. Repeat as often as you need to relax your body. Breathe in and breathing out. Relax and release until your body is completely soft and relaxed. And just stay and let the breath come and go. and enjoy a few moments of stillness. Then bring the attention towards your breath. Take a deep breath through the nose. Breathing out into the lungs completely. And repeat a couple of times. Breathe in and out. And again, a deep breath in. And with the out breath, bring the attention down to the toes and begin to move the toes and begin to move the feet and the legs. And move your hips, move the back, your shoulders, your arms and your hands. Move the head, wiggle around another moment. And then breathing in, take your arms long behind the head, lengthen from the feet to the fingertips. Breathing out, the right knee comes to your chest. Then place the right foot on the left leg and pull the right knee across your body to the left. Go into a twist, the right arm and shoulder on the floor, and go in and out of that twist a couple of times. And then stay just a little bit longer in the twist. The back is still nice and long. And then roll onto your back and repeat the same on the other side. Left knee to chest, foot on the right leg, and then go into the twist to the right, in and out a few times. And then stay. And go out of the pose, lengthen both legs and both arms. Breathe in, breathing out. Both knees are coming to the chest, and then you want to open the knees, put the foot soles together, and rub your feet vigorously until the foot soles are nice and warm. Do the same with your hands. And then bring the knees very close to the chest. If you like, start rocking and rolling back and forth. Alternatively, roll onto the side. Either way, come up to sitting. And then sitting with an upright back. Hold your left hand in front of you, palm up. The right hand on top, palm up as well, so that the fingers are crossing kind of. And then bring the left thumb into the palm of the right hand, and the right thumb is crossing over the left. And then hold this mudra, this hand position, in front of your chest. We're now chanting long Sat Nam. So very long Sat and a short Nam, and we're going to do this for a couple of minutes. So feel free to join me. Take a deep breath. Breathe out. And breathing in. Begin. Long Sat, short Nam, the true identity. take a deep breath. Breathe out. Breathing in, open the arms wide to the side. Breathing out, put your palms back together into prayer pose. Wrap the palms. And bring the hands in prayer pose at the chest. Stay for another breath or two. And then take a deep breath. Hold the breath. Bring the palms very firmly together. Push your palms together. Breathe out. And then bring the hands above the head. Peace to all. Hands to the forehead. Light to all. Hands to the heart. Love to all. And let your heart lead the way. Start now. Thanks for joining tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. The last part, which we have just done, the long satnams, you can use this as a meditation on its own, anytime from 3 to 11 minutes or even longer. Just chanting the satnam with that hand position, that can really help the balance of the glandular system and emotional balance. And the satnam, if you don't know what that means, sat is the truth, nam the name or the identity. So you focus, you concentrate on your own identity and bring yourself back to who you really are. Good. That's it from me tonight. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, I wish you a good rest of your evening. Thank you.